is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am up on the Cut to You blog today, and I am doing a layout with the absolutely stunning pineapple cut file. I had to use this one, right? I have a thing with pineapples. So I decided to cut it in 11 inches and make it a ginormous shaker pocket. So I cut it out of some super old embossed metallic paper. It's probably from the early 2000s, if not the 90s. And then I took some acetate and I backed it with acetate. And then I cut thin strips of fun foam and I applied that all the way around the cut file. I also added a couple of strips inside the cut file as well. That way, not all of my sequins would head straight to the bottom. And now I am just filling it with some Spiegelmom Scraps sequins. So I think both of these are older. I don't think they are available, but you can use any sequins to make a shaker pocket. I used 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. So I tried to pull in kind of all of the colors of that floral background paper from Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection. And that was kind of where I took my inspiration from, because my photo is very neutral per se. So now that I have all of my sequins in there, I am going to take my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive and just put it on the foam. And then I'm going to take this piece of vellum and apply it to the back. So I did let that dry, and then I just fussy cut around it, and that pineapple is gorgeous. I am so in love with this pineapple. I can't even tell you. Almost as much as I was in love with this pineapple fountain. So this is a picture of my husband and I, and we are at the Pineapple Fountain in South Carolina. And when he needed to go to South Carolina for a trip, I tagged along, and I went along because I wanted to go to Charleston, and I wanted to go to this fountain. And legally, you can get in this fountain. So we went in November. You can see we have sweaters and stuff on, but I totally took those boots off and rolled up my pants and got in this fountain. It is just the coolest fountain. So there will be more pictures of this fountain. I need to get a hold of his phone and actually get the picture of me in the fountain. I have a picture of him in the fountain, but not me. So those will be coming. But I liked this picture, so I'm going to take a couple of papers from the Heritage Collection, and I am just going to back my photo. I do 4 mats, and they are alternating with torn edges or non-torn edges. They're not fully around. I do like when they're even mats, but I think I like it more when they're just kind of messy mats. I am definitely a messy mat kind of girl. I like it. I don't know. Maybe it gives it more texture. I don't know. I will tend to then do my final mat as all the way around sometimes, though, just to contain all the chaos of all of the other layers. And so that's what I am doing here with this beautiful purple. This purple paper is so pretty. This is not a color purple that you see very much. And I know that some people have had a hard time with the Heritage Collection, but I do seem to be pulling for it more and more. So that's kind of exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to glue down this big shaker pocket here in a second. And I use a wet glue, and I only put it on the edges where the foam is as well. I don't think you would see anything, but just to be on the safe side, because I did back it with vellum. And the background paper is quite neutral, so you don't really notice. It doesn't really soften anything. If you put it on a busy pattern paper, it will soften that paper. So just kind of a thought versus, doing a whole nother pattern paper, which is fine too. So next time I use this cut file, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to use the top because the top is super cool too, just by itself. So now that I have everything backed, I did need to pop it up on some fun foam so that it would be even with the shaker pocket. And then I'm just going to go through the ephemera and I'm going to pull out a bunch of random things. I'm definitely going to get that swan on there. Like, the funny thing with Maggie Holmes is there's always a swan. Everybody always talks about the swan. And the swan doesn't bother me. Like, I always seem to be able to find a way to put a swan on a layout. Now that squirrel might be a little more difficult, but I still feel like I can probably justify it. I think I can make it happen. So I make a cluster on the top and the bottom corner, and then I decide to do a little cluster actually on the cut file. There was that cute little bow, and so I gave my pineapple a bow, and it says such sweet things, which, pineapples are sweet, so I thought that was good. Plus, we looked pretty sweet there in front of the pineapple fountain. And then I'm going through the sticker book to see if there's anything else that I want to add. The clear stickers are a little tough, but I do get a couple of them on there. I can put them on the background paper because most of the background paper is a very neutral. And so I'm going to actually put like one on each side of the top of the pineapple where it comes into the stem. And then I'm going to find a couple more stickers. This one says, I love this, which I thought was perfect. And the camera is always good. I also find another floral piece. And then I am going to pull out the clear stickers, but I'm also going to pull out the chipboard. And I love chipboard, and anytime I can get some chipboard on, I love it. So I only end up grabbing 2 chipboard hearts, which is fine. And one says XO, so that's going to go right there on the pineapple. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull in another swan. But this one seems to be swimming the wrong direction, and I couldn't find a good place to add it. I contemplate this flag that says thankful because I was thankful that we got to go there. But that's going to be it for the chipboard. So here's where I'm trying to figure out where these clear stickers are going to go. And I just like how they nestle right into that cut file. I know that clear stickers can be a little hard sometimes, but I like them. I don't struggle with them nearly as much as I see others do. So I'm going to go off screen and find a title. I'm going to use a Bramble Fox perspective that says Our Story. And then I also found one that says November, and it was in a great purple. So I just popped that on the side of the photo as, maybe a subtitle or something like that. And I love that the Our Story just kind of blends in. It's not like bam in your face, but it fills up that kind of blank area. I'm not so good with white space. So that's going to do it. Make sure you head over and get your hands on this cut file and check out the blog. And remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time. Bye.